So if any black people want reparations
and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about
tethers,
trying to be all in the video,
speaking for black people,
dancing.
come to New Black Media and the Black Grassroots. Peace.
All right. Welcome once again to the Independent Black Voice. I'm your host, beatzillapdx official, and we are here live on a Wednesday evening. Everybody is doing well. As you were coming on into this broadcast, please hit that like button. Share this out on your social media if you would. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. You're watching on X, come over here to the YouTube channel, the Independent Black Voice, and subscribe. And while you're subscribing, make sure you hit that notification bell. Hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded. With that being said, let's get on into our conversation this evening. Matter of fact, as you see, we are talking about goofy Non FBA madness. And we got a lot of that going on. We got some suspected non FBAs, also some confirmed non FBAs. But, you know, if you were watching this, new to this channel, you're probably wondering, what's an FBA? At least you probably shouldn't be, but you might still ask that silly question. And if you are, that means Foundational Black American. Foundational Black American is not a group, but it is a reference into a lineage. The lineage that you would know is Black American. That's why it is saying Foundational Black American. When you put foundational on it, it basically puts a action word to the title. And so it always lets you know that our citizenship is different than everyone else's. Why? Because it was the free labor of our ancestors that built this country, literally making Black Americans the foundation of this nation. And there's a lot of people who want to misconstrue that conversation and make it something it's not. But when you simply break it down on those terms, you can't pigeonhole a group, can't put it here or there. That's 40 million Black folks. So regardless of how you want to identify us, know that if you're offending me, then you're also defending my relatives. Why? Because we're of the same lineage. It doesn't matter that I'm out here and I'll tell you a foundational Black American. What difference does that make to my family's lineage here? And I think we are learning that a lot of people are not born in this country, because to even introduce a confusion around that conversation raises a red flag to me. And I have to wonder, when I see people that are saying, well, because you're calling yourself something, it somehow changes what you are, and you're not saying African, and so somehow that is pseudo science, or it's coupling up with the white man. And when we hear those type things, the first thing that comes to mind,
where's your family from?
because we know better. Black men have been the perpetual enemy of white supremacy in America. We don't flee and we don't run from that. We stand on it and we still operate in that space, succeed in that space, excel in that space. That again makes what we do exceptional. Why? Because no other group has done it. Another reason why you can give us the credit. That's why you can give us the credit for being foundational. So when you say foundational Black American, or even if you want to say ADOS, ADOS is technically an organization, but in theory, the being an American descendant of chattel slavery is in that mind state no different than a foundational Black American. And that's because you're only describing the lineage. You're not talking about a political organization. So when you get into that discussion, that changes a lot, but that's an organization. Funny how they notice what happens out here as well. When they speak, they always mention ADOS when mentioning foundational Black Americans, because ADOS is an organization. So one of the important things to do when you're trying to do the work and the bidding for the man, as we say, then you have to make sure you use the verbiage that they want to, and they want you to. And let's be honest here. Any Black American using verbiage like hate group, cult, that makes no sense. And why, those type of words, are those something that is in the Black American vernacular on a daily basis? I don't think so. Even more so, to go to and think back in retrospect of our icons, heroes, warriors. The government always tried to get them out of the paint, not because they were Pan-African, but because they were pro-Black. So see, that's why there was no major hoopla against immigrants physically. But against this Black American, it got so drastic as to where you're cutting babies out of women. And yet, here we are in 2025. To say that we are not special is a lie, or you're a self-hater. And we got those. So we're going to talk about some self-haters too. But we also have to, in the midst of their self-hate, go through our greatness. And so today we are going to be talking about our greatness in the midst of goofy Non FBA Madness. One of the big things that we have right now as far as Non FBA Madness is the Congressional Black Caucus. Before we get into that, yeah, we are here live. We didn't know. So make sure you share this out. Oh, yeah, let's Caden to the building. Good evening. Thank you for being here and being a moderator. Thank you for being here, my good sister from north of the border. We are now officially international. Yes, indeed. Priscilla Taylor, Jersey City in the building. Black First, thank you for being here. And goddamn in the building. Reposted this stream. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Key Prince in the building. Peace, family. Thank you for being here. And of course, thank you for being a member. And we got our sister, some chick named Star in the building. What's going on? thank you for being here as well. Yes, indeed. Got the West Coast in the house. We got Jersey City in the house. We got Canada in the house. All right, let's get rolling. So, like I was saying, in the midst of everything we've been dealing with, one of the things about this Pan-African kick, it's taken a little hit as of late, to say the least. Because over in Ghana, just as well as South Africa, and here's something that they keep out of our purview a lot, is how much these other groups literally deport other black folk or other melanated folk. Let me put it that way. We all black, we all black, we all black. The blackness is only being taught to us with that. Meanwhile, they're over there kicking each other's asses. Let me see if I can get this in here. They talk to us like, you guys are so divisive. Man, they are over there kicking each other's asses. It ain't us. Let me see. So in Ghana's having a little immigration issue with their Nigerian neighbors. And as you guys might have heard, they have started, I think I do that, deporting Nigerians out of Ghana. Isn't that something? And you think of how all of these like the Don Solomons here on X are losing their minds. I seen something again with that Bucci Bear account or Moochie Bear account getting it wrong about Tariq and his wife. And, it's just really weird bringing up a man's wife and children and then, oh, here's your mother-in-law and oh, she's mixed. Isn't that a tether? No, it ain't. So at this point, what's the purpose? Like, we're moving into an intellectual renaissance, black renaissance. And there's going to be a lot of drop-off in this next phase. And I'm seeing all of these groups kind of run out of gas. They're throwing the kitchen sink. That's funny. That's like one of my first broadcasts ever. The kitchen sink. What's it? Kitchen sink theory. Yeah, I gotta go back to that. That's like one of my very first broadcasts. But before I get into that, let's talk about, because there's something I do want to get into. But first, let's take a look at Ghana.
It is safe to say that this is the end of the bad Igbos in Ghana. This is the end of the bad Nigerians living in Ghana, as Ghanaians has decided to use one stone to kill multiple birds. So they have the opportunity to protest, of course, and these guys are no longer protesting against the Igbo king in Ghana. Rather, they've decided to also protest against their shawos in Ghana. So let's quickly take it down to this particular video I saw where the spiritual leaders, Okomfo, has officially joined the Igbo Must Go protest in Ghana, alongside with some prominent men in Ghana, including their politicians. Before I jump right into today's video, let's quickly know what it feels like where you are. Are people still protesting, or have they all gone home? Let's watch these videos.
So we want Nigerians to go back to their country. Ghana is for us. Ghana is not for any foreigner. No Igbo man can come to this country and intimidate us. This country belongs to us. President Mahama, you came for Ghanaians. You said Ghana first. You said you came for the youth. Please take action now. Thank you.
I don't know. Unite me. We can't be dealing with the legal criminals that we are having in Ghana and be dealing with Nigerians to grow. So Nigerians must know the government, the politicians have to do something about it. If they know that they are taking money from Nigerians, they better return it and do something about it. And the immigrations, they should stop giving Nigerians Ghana passports. They should stop.
Interesting. Interesting. And yet it's us. It's hold on. Just did the mute me thing. Okay, hopefully we're back. Let's see. Check. So far, am I? Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay, there we go. Good grief. All right. Now, like I'm saying, they call us divisive and all of this, and they over there like Nigeria's got to go. They got signs calling them criminals. Are they white supremacists? Does the same point apply there that the Ghanaians are doing the bidding of white daddy? Or because they want the Nigerian scammers out of their country? Is that white daddy? Because we get that all the time, right? When we're saying we're delineating, man, you gotta stand and get close to the white man, right? I'm just wondering. Now they over there whipping on each other. Where the Pan-Africans covering this? Oh, you know what they busy doing? Pocket watching FBAs. Man, cold. Night Rider, what's going on? Talking greasy, reckless, and disrespectful. Absolutely. Thank you for being here as well. And FBA Strong said, more Tariq envy. They cannot match him word fact for word fact on any debatable subject. Tariq debunks their talking points, so they go low. Many don't have a list of accomplishments. Great segue to where I'm actually starting in the videos today, besides what I just played. Thank you for being here as well. Appreciate it. And we got our good brother, dark-skinned brother in the building. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a moderator as well, my good brother. And, of course, Nightbot is on duty. So, moving forward into our position, shall we say. And I hope that more Black folks can understand the reasoning behind why we need to be more independent. And something I was thinking about. Let me know what you guys think about this. Something that just as thinking and like pondering our cause. One of the things that came to mind was education. And when I speak about education, it's the education of why reparations is needed. And, you know, it's funny. I was looking and thinking like, well, what would be a good teaching tool for that? And quite frankly, the Smithsonian Museum is one. Of course, we have the Hidden History Museum. That's another. And there's other Black museums around the country telling the story of foundational Black American freedom. So I'm thinking this needs to happen. And this is a reason I think we overlooked something because it was just like DeSantis kind of doing his, dog whistle thing. But why was it a dog whistle? And the reality is, if you can get Black history out of schools, then you also can get the educational teaching about why reparations is an absolute necessity to happen. And it is a long overdue debt. And shout out to that brother Reza Islam who went on No Jump. And that devil that he was talking to with the tattoos on his neck or whatever tries to be cool, sit with the other, Flacco was another non-FBA, tried to kind of bait him into a conversation to kind of down talk Tariq and try to make it something that wasn't. And that brother Reza spun it very well into the conversation of why reparations is owed. Because see, that Adam 20 whatever at No Jumper, he tried to interject the conversation of eligibility for reparations when you already knew what it was. So, that's a real low-life piece of shit move by Adam. Was it Adam 12? Like the police, whatever the hell his name is. I don't care. I don't pay attention. But my point being, shout out to Reza Islam for making sure they understood the real point of Black America. And then also making it known that, hey, this needs to be the focus here. Because we need to be focused on here. And so I'm really glad that he was able to go ahead and spin it on that devil. And so you guys could see, and so everybody else could see, this is the real true conversation. Because people start getting out here and start blaming everything on Tariq. Family, don't let these damn immigrants who got here in year 2000 even steer you in that conversation. Just a few years prior, about 4 years prior, there was something called the Million Man March. What was number one agenda point? Million Black men marching on Washington for the cause of reparations. The Million Youth March that followed it. Also, number one reason for the march was reparations. I've seen since some dummies make posts and hold spaces asking why the Nation of Islam is silent about reparations. They literally have pushed reparations every week for the last 30 plus at least years. It's so grossly disrespectful to see these young, dumb, ignorant, I just got here yesterday, fools questioning people they ought not about things they haven't done their due diligent research to even know if they've done or not. I've seen these guys post, and when has Farrakhan ever spoke about reparations? You know, that Black man, him and Dr. Khalid Muhammad went on national television programs with hostile audiences, was deemed by Congress to be hate groups and hate speech and censured Dr. Khalid Muhammad for what he said, because they didn't want black folks being told that they were the children of the Most High. Matter of fact, what we were told, especially by the black church, about what the Nation of Islam teaches, is that it's all about Allah and they don't fool with Jesus. Right? Come to find out, these teachings of Elijah Muhammad was, hey, y'all know y'all the people of the Bible, right? You need to go back and listen to some of them Khalid Muhammad speeches, because these are things I listen to, like while I'm working. I might be sitting right there at work, listening to a lecture of Dr. Khalid Muhammad or Dr. Francis Cress Wilson. You get some Dr. Ben Sardimas, they're out there too. Because again, now when people talk about, well, what ain't they a tether? No, that's on code immigrant. There's a big difference between a tether and an immigrant. This is why I say education, because that deads all of this other talk that they keep throwing at us, because we are an intellectually sound group of people. We are not running around making libelous accusations or making false statements on a repetitive basis, such as is done to us. But I think the reason for all of this that we're seeing, they got to throw the kitchen sink at this thing. Because with us, we also are historians. So we're documentarians. We're historians, biblical scholars. All of these things coming in a group that has not been controlled by the boule, by the Democrats, by the Republicans, by some rich donor. None of it. This is absolutely me and you. And now we have their attention. Why do we have their attention? Because just like today, Kamala Harris got her wake-up call. Now, she'll tell you in further thought, I'm not going to worry about running for governor in California. Most definitely ain't running for president again in 2028. That door's been closed. So she's out. Jasmine Crockett, she's on her way. The Black Girl Magic experiment for the Democrats is over. You know, people like Roland Martin do this thing. There's a white enclave in the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas where no black folks would normally be going anywhere because it was already an all-white enclave. Wow, they put up a sign, man. Okay. Anyway, you know, that part is very telling that these people are so concerned about a white-only town. Man, that's gentrification. When they go over there, that's actually segregation. It's not gentrification, that's segregation. But just notice, like with Kamala Harris right now, she's out. I'm gonna just figure out what I'm gonna do next. She's not interesting, so it won't be the podcast life. Maybe she can go back to practicing law. Like Jasmine Crockett's about to do. Jasmine Crockett, accident attorney at law. Who tried a civil rights attorney? No, she's an accident attorney. She's been picked and chosen. You understand? she gonna be. She worked for Lee Merritt. She worked for Lee Merritt. You understand? Like, Jasmine Crockett is an ambulance chaser. And for some reason, they chose her to be in this part, in this space. And that's just you. And again, this time they knew, let's wash her history from the internet. You can't find where her parents are born. There are no school pictures or nothing, but she'll tell you, oh wow, I was an actress. We could tell. Now the media is getting at her. She's a narcissist. No, she's an actress. She is acting appropriately. If anybody listens to Jasmine Crockett talk, I would like to know what makes you feel she has the same cultural experiences as you. I would love to hear somebody explain that. She don't got our experience whatsoever. She told y'all she didn't even think racism exists until somebody said something in college. You know how sheltered away from Black life that woman has been? But now all of a sudden, yeah, she's sister girl. We both believe it. Come on, man. They about to get that screen siren up out of Texas. And they are. Some are upset, I see. But, good for them. And so this is why I'm saying we need this education piece. Also, a thing about the educational piece would also reinforce the need for our own homegrown representation. We don't need outsiders speaking for us. That's why Black is hurting us. And one of the ways and avenues that we get absolutely consistently stabbed in our side is by way of flat Blackness and allowing this notion to say, I'm just gonna vote for the Black person. At this point, that whole move has been infiltrated. And we need to learn and accept that it's done. So the whole, oh, well, they're Black, let's get this first Black. No. And even to Martin Luther King talking about the first Black. That man was assassinated like 8 years before I was born. So that's almost a decade. To still be looking to go backward and say, well, let's do what King did then. This is 2025. And what they're telling us about the Essence Fest, when everything evolves, well, then shouldn't our focus in our empowerment also evolve? And one of those evolutions is recognizing our historic past and recognizing we have to heal as a community for us to have a positive future. And us having our community is understanding, hey, we're having a family meeting. That doesn't mean we hate everybody else. We're saying, hey, everybody in this house, in this family, with these grandparents and great-grandparents, everybody's tied from this tree. Yeah, y'all come on over here. We got to have family discussion. And we work out some things amongst ourselves. Look at how everybody is troubled. They are bothered and troubled that we are simply focusing on what heals us. One of the things that I can kind of see would be a problem for tethers is a lot of the degenerate behavior that just gets dumped on Black America would start to dwindle, start now being more reflective of who's Jamaican, who's Bayesian, who's Trini, who's Ghanaian, who's Kenyan, who's South African. It's gonna put more emphasis on that. And not only when you're getting a doctorate degree or getting an award or something. But no, this little move of degeneracy is coming from a certain community. Yeah, they black, or they got black skin, but that's not a Black American culture thing. And these are the things that they're having problems with also when they think of delineation. All that little scammy stuff that they tie to us, they're going to be stuck out there looking on their people, and on all reality, they're more concerned about making their homeland people look bad. Damn us. So let's put it all on them. Family. Anybody telling you that that is a friend of yours is lying to you. That is a person that means to use you. And a person that's using you in that type of fashion is no friend. Now, your cookout invitation. Ain't that the truth? Gloria Reed in the building. Thank you for being here. Gloria Reed, thank you. So let me, as I was talking about education. So here, let me get this in. Help me. Come on, StreamYard. Let's get it right and tight. See how we go. That's this one. Listen. Really, dude? Open up. All right, let's see what we got.
That got African Americans really mad, like really, really mad. 140 characters really ain't getting the message across, so let's talk about it here, shall we? The Post said, Black American culture is the culture emulated throughout the world because America colonized the world. We're not that special. As many of you know, I'm a well-studied Pan-African, always learning, always reading, always around other Pan-Africans. I didn't think this was that hot of a take. But I know some of y'all even watching this video right now are like, wait a minute. What do you mean we not that special? And that was a lot of the pushback. It was like, we are special. And if you're thinking that, I just want to say, I am not saying that African American culture or Black American culture is not special. I said it's not that special. And what I meant by that was that there are African descended people all across the world. There's Afro-Brazilians, there's Afro-Caribbeans, there's Africans in the continent. We're not just like some super
This says Black American culture is special, but isn't that special? Why did he just go to Africans all over the world or the continent? Bro, you know exactly what you just did here. And you're so studied. So you start off by talking about Black Americans, then quickly proceed to interject all kind of tethers. We don't need to be compared to anybody because there's no one to compare us to. So what he just did, there was no reason to isolate Black Americans then. Black American culture is not there. So then why didn't you call out another culture? Because you're going to make a quick reference to all of these other cultures. That's very, very strange.
Magical Black people that are the only people on earth that are tapped into what resonates with the rest of the world. And the reason I made that post was because a lot of African Americans that I talked to really believe like we're like the secret ingredient to life. And like our culture is just so special because it reached so.
I'm getting the gist of what he's saying. No other culture is imitated around the world as much as one particular culture. If everybody around the continent of America, North America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, any of these continents, but you find them imitating Black American culture. What well, these guys, we act like it's the secret ingredient. The internet is everywhere, brother. How is it that you are trying to say white capitalism and colonialism is why everybody is tapped into us? How does that make logical sense?
So far and did so much for so many different other people in different cultures. And I'm troubled by the amount of American exceptionalism that is implied in that reasoning. Our culture is special, but the only reason the rest of the world even knows about our culture is because American imperialism has spread itself all across the world. And when it did that, it took our culture with it, whether we wanted it.
Brother, that has got to be some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. White American they took our culture all over the world. Brother, if the world don't like it, they don't rock with it. And America don't spend money on what they don't like. And they're not going to spend money pushing everything around the world that the world don't like. So to say that Black culture is in the trading sphere as a commodity like oil, yeah, bro, that's special. And it ain't no colonialism. No. It's because it resonates with the people. If you want to give credit to the white man, the only thing you need to do is say, if it wasn't for the white man, these people wouldn't have been exposed to it. But they gotta rock with it. See, here's what this dum-dum doesn't know. People like myself that makes real legitimate music, we're not widely celebrated in America. As far as the musicianship and our, that musicianship fraternal type of situation, that's different. But we're all musicians and artists. But you know who rocks with our stuff, especially this old soul singing shit? The UK. I got Song of the Month in UK for One More Time. I got Record of the Month for One More Time. Love Games, Song of the Week. This is over in the UK, buddy. White man didn't put me over there. My partner, Osier, well known over there too. Guess what? White man didn't do that. I don't know what the hell he talking about, man. Oh, you know what? Back in the early 90s, I met these guys. No, they were from New York. They were living out here. And were telling us about these dope-ass cousins that they got. Man, you can't wait. Man, just wait until our cousins drop. As soon as they drop, we finna be right back on. Well, those people that I'm referring to, that I'm actually chopping it up with and they're kicked it with, those would be known as sons of man. You want to know who their big cousins are? RZA, Jizza. But you're so deep and you're well studied in your Pan-Africanism and all of what. Gosh, guys, kill me. Can't stand you. Y'all know. For those who've been following me, y'all know I can't stand niggas like this. This is an incel. I'm so studied and intellectual. But quite frankly, I spend a lot of my time hating on bigger dudes that, actually get some kind of action from the ladies. So I sit up here and I'm intellectual, and that way I can make excuses for looking like a bum all the damn time. And so, women out here are so superficial and they just can't understand my intellectual level. It's an excuse for you not being attractive to women, bro. And so what we're seeing here is this idiotic Pan-African nonsense to give credit to the white man for why the world fucks with black music. Are you kidding? Well, what kind of Umar dope is you on, man?
To or not. Let's look at hip hop for an example.
Okay.
How did the people in China, Japan, India, and all across the world get introduced to hip hop? Was it because they came to America, heard our music, and said, hey, man, I really like this. Let's go to the African Americans and tell them, I really like your music, and pay them for it? Or is it because the white-owned record labels that distribute music decided to make more money off of our culture and do?
Where the fuck this dude from? What early hip hop label was in America? He literally started with hip hop. What label is he talking about? What the hell is he talking about? I mean, I'm almost 50. So I mean, the fuck are you talking about, man? The first deal I can remember, I guess, would be MC Hammer. MC Hammer's the first one with a major deal, right? Busted Records with Capitol. That's legitimately the first, right? And that's like 1989, my man. What about all of these early black man? Oh my God, Angie Stone just passed away, bro. Early hip hop was funded on dope money, brother. And because of the scene of New York was popping, and the streets of LA was hopping, these are international hubs, man. Has this dude traveled anywhere? Have you even been to Las Vegas? Go to Disneyland at least. You'll realize that, damn, there's people speaking every kind of language here. Dude. Man, you think that the Japanese just came over here? How did we start liking kung fu movies? Where the fuck are these kids from? Jesus Christ, this is madness. And they be out here, but I'm an intellectual. No, you're not. You don't even have your historical facts correct. Oh my God. It's like anyone could have made money off their own company. they wouldn't have chosen ours. Damn it. Say that. Say that. Come on, man. Oh, man. Yes, this is the dumbest luck, because if anyone could have made money off their own culture, they wouldn't have chosen ours. Thank you, Shabazz. And thank you for being a member. Thank you for that good, solid contribution. Because, man, this dude is nuts. This dude is nuts. Anyway, I got to hear a little more, man, because now I know, like, I'm assuming this dude now is a talent. At first, I would have thought he was just one of our incels. I still think he probably one of ours, but man, go get laid, bro. If you got to pay for it.
Distribute music all across the world. America has 750 foreign military bases in 80 countries. Going back to the 60s and 70s, Black American music like jazz, R&B, and the blues got transported to these other countries on these military bases where Black people in the military would be listening to it. All these other Black cultures across the world are just as special as ours. In their local regions, they are the ones that get shit moving.
Brother, you just described global effect and then told us it wasn't special, and then started referring to people local in their village. Dude. I don't even know what to say. I've seen videos from this dude before, but I didn't realize he was this off. Like, the hell is he talking about? But in the 60s and 70s, okay, hey, brother, if a Black man, oh, well, not only that, anybody see the Soldier Story? None of those Black soldiers, I guess, would have been musicians, huh? Wasn't Jimi Hendrix drafted? Jimi Hendrix is a veteran, right? Jimi freaking Hendrix. So where do they find these kids, man? Where the hell do they find these guys? You got Soldier Story. You over there? The soldiers ain't musicians. They was drafting artists back then, bro. So, man, they got this. They probably got the dude who was playing it on the radio. Because America put him up in that army and said, you're going over to Germany. What the hell is wrong with these kids? And this is the problem with this so-called, this is pseudo-intellectual. Well, this is lie. I don't know. What do you call it? It's just all, I'm like, bro, I would have to ask women that know him, but the more he talks, I don't think they exist. So, I mean, like, is this dude weird? Like, something ain't right. Yeah, okay, Jimi Hendrix. I'm like, yeah, he was drafted. Like, man. Carl Weathers was in the military too. Come on now. I mean, yeah. Or Carl Weathers. You mean Bill Withers? Bill Withers? Carl Weathers is the actor who's also director, football player. I don't think Carl Weathers ever sang, but Bill most definitely did. Bill Withers, you can use me. Gee, you use me up. Yeah. Two great black men, though, by the way. But yeah, and then, man, those are the guys over there to get shit moving. Come on, bruh. Then you go from like, okay. And I don't understand where the self-diminishing comes from. Bro, why aren't you proud of a global effect of your culture unless it's not your culture? But to sit up here and say because the white, I don't even know how you got to the white man. Because the white man is the one with the army? Yeah, man. Go to Vegas. Look at those little magazines they got. It might help you out. See a number in there, you know. Go ahead, call her. Make sure you take your bread with you. Think they're gonna only take cash. You, sir, need to get laid. This incel thing is like, okay, you can only like make love to yourself so much, buddy. You're gonna have to find a partner because now you're going insane. Because I'm telling you, I've seen this guy's videos in the past, and yeah, he's losing it.
However, the difference between us and them is that we are the ones that are closest to the colonizer's loudspeaker. When it comes to music, movies, food, fashion, America is the center of the world. And it's really not that hard to understand that because America appropriates Black culture and tries to make it its own, i.e. turning Black American soul food into Southern cuisine, that when it goes to other countries to propagandize and exploit and find ways to make profit in other countries, it's going to take Black American culture with it. That's the reason.
Then literally what you just said is Black American culture is globally the shit. While trying to dog it. I'm done. I'm done with this guy. Oh, I can't do no more of that. Ooh, wee. I wonder how some of y'all sit in these spaces so damn long. Oh my God. Woo. Woo-wee. Yeah, that's like listening to, what's it, Last MF Left, that dude from X Spaces. He talked like that dude. That dude's so stupid. He make your eyes water. Like literally, he cannot hide from me. Last MF Left, I call him stupid one left. Because regardless of whatever he using, I know it's him by what he posts. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is really only dope because everybody want to fuck with it. But I mean, shit, it's just because it's close to access, and then everybody's like, "Damn, that shit is fire," but it ain't that special. You so stupid, you boy. That that's painful. That is painful, stupid. Hurts. Jesus. We run the yard, and they mad about it. But he's literally describing we run the yard. That's special, man. But yeah, we everywhere, and everybody just like gravitates towards it because it's accessible. My man, everybody can put something on the shelf. But the one thing on the shelf that sells out repeatedly is the hot item. It's special over all of the other How do you know? But consumer, that is right there on the connection. It's so much so that people would talk to us in the conversation of our brand. Have that in here. Wait. Our good brothers out here. I saw this kid. Hold on, let me get this off up in here. Download, damn it. Ooh-wee. Oh yeah, there he is. Let me upload this video real quick because we're talking about Black as a brand. Man, it's not that special. It's special, but not that special. See, there's other people over the world that's getting it popping, but isn't all of those, aren't all of those other cultural things of those regions, aren't those still promoted globally by the white establishment? So then how are you going to say it's different for us that everybody want to mess with, and then somehow the stuff they're doing that's still getting pushed but nobody messes with, it's not the same thing, bro. It's just not, okay? And I know you wanted to interject to make the white man special on this, but sorry, all you did was just make Black American culture the shit, because it is, and you sit up here and look like a dummy because people getting at you. And on top of that, well, what you did was actually said how dope Black American culture is over every other culture. You're too stupid to realize what you actually said. That's why your Pan-African buddies were flaming your ass up, because like, hey, you giving them fuel. Go get laid, dude.
Black Americans,
anyway, moving
FBA,
on.
and anybody in between, I want y'all to know this. Y'all damaging your brand. They talking about y'all in France. They talking about y'all in France. This is no longer local business. They talking about y'all in countries where you don't even go. Y'all damaging your brand, and you have no idea what you're doing. I know you guys never take anything seriously. I know that. You never take anything seriously. But I'm telling y'all damaging your brand. They're talking about y'all in France. They're not talking about y'all positively. You're about to be hated in some countries. You're about to be hated. For real this time. You don't play with international citizens. You don't do that. You might think it's sweet because you're doing it locally, but you are damaging your brand internationally. Think about your rappers, your musicians, and everybody else who go overseas to perform. They're going to feel it. They're going to feel it when they go in these countries. I promise you. People are not about to forget. I saw a video where a French creator, a Black French creator, was talking about this. That video has over 100K likes. Y'all damaging your brand. The whole time y'all kicking and ha-ha-hang, making stupid jokes about Africans, I want y'all to know, you have made it to international news. Everybody's talking about y'all, and not in a positive way. Y'all damaging your brand.
Okay, buddy. We're damaging our brand based on what? Based on who? Based on the clip or audio you didn't present because you were saying somebody's talking to us? What country are you in? Being international, no. Doesn't sound like or look like you're in your native homeland. You look like you're in the land of the colonizer. But we're damaging our brand in the land we built. You fled to your colonizers. We didn't flee anywhere. We built and we're here. We're not the same. Funny thing is, Trump called your home shithole. What did we say that trumps a president? They gave your leaders $55 billion and an apology that should have been going on. And actually, that was done by Joe Biden. I don't even understand where you threw in Africans. This whole thing, Africans keep centering themselves, is amazing. Africans are almost as bad as white folk. Like this thing with the Sydney Sweeney thing, and they're like, man, black women are jealous of Sydney Sweeney. Huh? The 27-year-old woman, white woman who has a window of like 5 to 7 years in your popularity? Are you kidding? I'm seeing posts comparing the 27-year-old woman to Beyonce, who Beyonce, by the way, still smashed her in the look department. But the funny is, like, well, she's not comparable. And you couldn't find a white woman Beyonce's age. You had to take somebody who is almost, what, Beyonce 43 and Sweeney 27? 16 years? What a win for white women, man. Yeah. Boy, I'll tell you what. Man, look at this 7-year-old. He looks as good as Beyonce. Do you understand how long they have actually been hating on how Beyonce looks to even say that? I'm sure they don't recognize that's what that reveals, but it is. They've been jealous of that sister for that long. You understand what I'm saying to y'all? Brothers and sisters, don't you? See, this guy, maybe. God, just give myself an answer. God, hold on. All of a sudden, feminists are supposed to be upset at, where they're changing things, and now I see a bunch of white women all happy on the horse, right? Same time that this is happening, Ari Lennox comes out of her pie hole talking about Martin. She would have been 5 years old when Martin was on. But somehow, it should have, because for those of us who are old enough, we already understand that the colorism conversation had actually been taken care of back in school days. And then also there was another episode of A Different World. See, it somehow showed us fixate on Martin. I guess you forgot about the Mammy Doll episode of Different World. Oh, but that's right, you little young dumb ass, too young to know that show at the same time, huh? Literally. Oh, because at that time, we were also making the black shows compete with one another. You didn't have Seinfeld back then. You didn't have Friends, but you had Living Single. Funny. Show with a comedian. He's just Jewish. This is more shit on Black history to boost their bullshit. Ari Lennox. So you guys understand what I'm talking about right now? This is a whole thing when you see when they real quick to come out talking, somebody speaking for the white man and they speaking for the white person. This is for the man. This is the CIA, right?
The thing that pissed me off about Martin
What
was
the hell is this?
how much he would go on Pam. Like, I know, like, and this is coming from a girl who I love me a good, like, joking ass movie. And it even when the joking movie is like, damn, like, that was fucked up. Like, you know, I'm not like too woke or something is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm honestly not, I'm problematic. I'm pretty problematic, low key. But my point is that there are some things where I draw the line and it just bothered me. Or like, I don't know. It's like, Pam was so fucking beautiful and so fine. And I just feel like growing up as a chocolate girl, like, I don't even know if I was able to understand the greatness of Pam because of the light that I feel like I was being fed. You know what I'm saying? Like, of just like always going on Pam, always, like, that's all I remember. And I didn't like that. But like, so I feel conflicted because while I feel like this show is incredible and I feel like Martin is a legendary show and all of the actors and Tommy and like everybody, like legendary, amazing. Like, I adore them all. Like, you have no idea. And I adore Martin. Like, I adore him. it just would piss me off. Like the joking on Pam. I just didn't like that, you know, like I'll always kind of feel a way about that. Like,
why? You were 5 years old when it aired. And why is she talking about Martin as if this is a new show? You know what's funny? And I mean, just there's multiple things that point out she's full of shit. But one of them is, do you realize that the whole back and forth stick with Martin and Pam and that whole antagonist protagonist thing, that didn't start with Martin. Anybody in the chat want to tell me where that actually started? I see. Ooh, boy, okay. Guess what we Jesus gonna say. But I see the resident Pan-Africans in the chat. Shout out to Spike Lee. Yeah, damn all that African Union shit. Yeah, that gets no run over here. And then, you know, with the whole Sierra, I see that. And I saw the other thing too with it's all celebrities. Yeah, see that again. Like we said, that you have to show a non-celebrity, and you can't do that. So yeah, you know, that's kind of just showing the things that we already knew. Really move the needle. Even more good for them. Who cares? This is Black America. We've never been to Africa. Don't give a shit about going to Africa right now. We don't eat African food. We're content being ourselves and focusing on ourselves. Don't know what your problem is, but one thing that probably should be overly abundantly clear is we don't give a shit. So, let's see. I'm just seeing that as a tech maneuver. It's not talking about. That's where that originates. The back and forth with the Black man and Black woman. Also, George Jefferson and Florence in long-running Black programming historically. But I know you're not going to call out the white network. You're calling out Martin, who was literally on Fox. And here's what happened at the time with those, just like the WB and CW. You know what got those networks popping? The Black American shows. You know what I'm saying? Living Color, Martin, you know, and then they're competing with NBC, Cosby Show, Leaving, and In Different World. And then, of course, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. These are all things, deep Black programming, Black American, and focusing on our culture, by the way. And then, just like that jackass was talking about hip hop, think of you know, the West Coast rappers. You got Ice-T, the father of gangster rap. You know, and if you guys really were students of hip hop, you know, especially West Coast, you would know that Eazy-E's style is very much like Ice-T's original style. Very much so. The cadence is damn near the walking down the street in my 6'4". That's damn near on early Ice-T. But just pointing out, our scene had nothing. Our hip hop scene was absolute underground. Like, they didn't play our music on the radio, man. Are you kidding? You didn't even hear, well, out here. Okay, y'all remember when MC Hammer and Too Short was beefing back in the early 90s? And it's one of the reasons is because they would never play Black artists. And then here comes Hammer, and a lot of those local artists felt a little way. Rightfully so. And that's the industry also trying to pit artists against one another early in hip-hop, feeling that. And if you all remember, there was a lot of East Coast rappers hating on West Coast rappers, especially Hammer. There's a whole ordeal with them and Run DMC. And so, you know, but then he also makes a comment, like it's in one of his lines. So I guess Run didn't like that. They turned that brother lights off. That's an infamous story of them hating on Hammer from back in the day. But needless to say, back then, you know, our culture is our culture. People were coming from everywhere to come be part of our culture. Our culture. You know, the shit that's not influenced by no punk-ass Caribbean, you know, that lie or no tether like Fat Joe. Oh, yeah, Puerto Ricans were there. And then you got his dad over there like, yeah, no Spanish people are doing that, pappy. Liars. We ain't worried about these damn tethers, lying ass tethers, like the one in my chat right now. Shout out. Did you just shout out that molester? Get your ass off my page. I ought to block you for that silly shit. You all see this? You over here promoting the damn offender. Weirdo. Yep, Kwame he officially a weirdo, y'all. You give Kwame the weirdo title now. So every time he show up, you just know that, oh yeah, he promotes that. So I don't know how you just went and did that. They shout out to this molester and this other tethering liar. Herc ain't the father of shit because he's not a musician. You have to be a musician to be a father. Dude, he don't play nothing. He play other people's music that was created. The father of hip-hop is James Brown. And the godfather of hip-hop is George Clinton. The first lady of hip-hop Angie Stone. Guess where all three are from? South Carolina. So get out of here, Chester. Oh, Kwame, weirdo ass nigga. Over here promoting all of that weird shit. Hell up out of here. Goofball. DJs play records. Right. DJs are not creators. That DJ Coolers. What? Jeez. Whose music is he playing? I mean, this shit these weirdos say. It's amazing. Like, goofy. But nonetheless, speaking of goofy, damn, thank you. You kind of fit them all. Oh man, you gotta love it. And thank you, Kwame, for coming back. I mean, I really love beating up on you. So it's a pleasure. So thanks. I mean, because like goofy tetherism, it's the easy to debunk shit. On top of that, it's like the Pan-Africanist goofy in there. These guys don't get no women. Yeah. Whatever is not true, that could be widely accepted. They're funny. I'm assuming they're young because this type of shit that they be talking that they believe it. Either you're tethered or you're just young. Either you will not learn enough. Shut your dumb ass up, Kwame. Just enjoy the broadcast. You ain't saying nothing worth a damn. You've had your opportunity to come on this stage and you embarrass yourself. Just enjoy the broadcast. And James Brown record breaks, not reggae. Yeah, exactly. Lord of mercy. Bambacad. It's the government. It's Tariq. Oh man, you guys are such bitches. It's amazing. It is amazing. Sit up there stewing on another damn man. Oh man, trash. Maybe I'm being harsh. I don't care, but I mean, God, you guys are like worthless, man. You can't actually get a legitimate thought out because it doesn't make any sense, and you just repeat dumb shit that's already been debunked. You Googled that. Go ahead, Agent Command. Somehow it's Tariq's fault. I'm telling you. These dudes are freaking. Oh my God. Oh man. I'm telling you, they got shrines to that brother. Over here talking. I hate that dude. Y'all remember the DMX video? Bling, bling, bling. Was it What's My Name? I think that's the video. Where there's a hating ass nigga in the video. He like, DMX. Ride or die, man. You can't be serious. He's just in the crib just hating. That's them dudes. Hey, Kwame. Oh man, you might not have seen it, man, because you might not have caught the thumbnail. I got this picture off your page though, so so don't be offended that I used you. There's Kwame on the right, y'all. There's brother Kwame there. So if you ever run into him in the streets, say, "You okay, brother?" It wouldn't be right to have a goofy non FBA madness without Kwame showing up. Ain't that something? All right. Now, speaking of goofy tethers, here is another
Black
goofy
police
tether. Let's hear what this
officers, I think
goofy
they're going
tether
to
has to say.
change the system within, right? They're going to go and join, and they're going to be the change. End up just like that black police officer who was complicit in that black man being beaten in Jacksonville. And just like every other black man, black woman being beaten or brutalized by police, they did not do anything because they cannot do anything. What we don't talk about as a collective is how much we underestimate the systems that were used and put in place to oppress us. We always say, the very first police officers were slave catchers, and that is true, and it is important when we're talking about this. But what we don't talk about is what it actually does to us as a community, because we're not slaves no more, right? It literally is being used to kill the black community. How many black bloodlines and lineages do you think was cut off because a black man or woman was locked up for some bull? Sorry. And that's just one way that the police and the entire penal system is used against the black community to ensure that we cannot procreate and produce unless it's for them. Because what they do to the black people who are imprisoned is use them for labor, right? While simultaneously allowing anything to happen to them in there. These white police officers, these white COs, these are all part of the system. They allow anything to happen to our black brothers and sisters who are arrested and locked up right now. And you think your little bitty self is going to go into this system and change something? It's bigger than you. There's no amount of black police officers that could change what we have today that we know to be the police force. It is a gang. It is a militia. And its goal is to kill black people. Now, of course, they affect other communities, but its goal since the beginning has been to kill black people. And what's not talked about enough is a lot of black police officers came from a mindset where they felt rejected from their community or rejected from whatever. They just felt rejected. So they felt the need to go be a police officer because you wanted to have some brotherhood, some sisterhood. But now you're in a position where you're watching your fellow black brothers and sisters be beaten and lynched, and you can't do nothing about it. You cannot change these systems. You have to burn them down. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a situation like these black police officers who just so happen to be there. And when the statements come out, it couldn't be about race because there was a black police officer there. Is that what you want to be? Is that the change that you want to see? Don't trust these black police officers. Don't find peace when you see them. Don't find solace when you see them. They are not like us. Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar was not just about fucking white people and black people or Mexicans. But no, there is so many different sub-communities. So many different sub parts of the community that are not like us. And I mean us.
I believe that sister is probably FBA. When I first saw it, I was like, is this girl a tether? But she might be one of ours. But what's up education? Man, you could have just simply said, we're dealing with systematic white supremacy. And in dealing in systematic white supremacy, you don't join the system that is systematic white supremacy. So that would be police officer. Built in right there. The history of slave catching goes beyond police. It actually goes to the community, because to let the authorities know about a runaway slave sighting is not necessarily coming from a slave owner. That's why the system of supremacy works so well, because even the poor white people would tell they could get a reward for a runaway slave. You know what I mean? So there's that. You know. There's no FBA crime by white town. That's non-FBA people that keep doing that. Roland Martin is not a foundational Black American. You do know that, right, Kwame? So the people that you hear crying about those towns, those are Democrats. What are you talking about? There's no FBA giving a shit about the Ozark Mountains in Idaho. I don't even understand what you're talking about. You're not making sense. And if it was me, there's nobody crying. What the hell are you talking about? Jeez. Tariq Nasheed is crying. Tariq ain't crying about no white town. They got them a white enclave. There's nothing new. There's been white enclaves in America. Wow, they put a sign up that says whites only. And man, see these bitch ass Pan Africans. Well, I'll tell you, they love white people, and they hide it. They try to hide their affinity for being around white folks by look at FBA. What are you talking about? Hey, you're a shit for brains, dude. What the hell are you talking about? Ain't nothing. I mean, I'm not even gonna dignify that dumb shit. He crying about, well, ain't nobody crying about no damn white town. Dumbass. That's weird shit in all to begin with. But anyway, was take the sign down if you want to know. I mean, have you been to Arkansas, man? You know anything about Arkansas? Ozark Mountains. Are you trying to go into deliverance areas of Virginia? Hey, get these kids. All right. Oh, probably the same place that they found this little girl.
Do not let other Black people guilt trip you into staying in the hood if you don't want to live in the hood. You want to be in close proximity to whiteness. You're not involved in the culture. You don't understand. I lived in a Black neighborhood my entire life. I went to Black schools my entire life, from pre-K to college. I don't live around a lot of Black people anymore, and let me tell you, I feel safe. Like, my nervous system is a lot more regulated. My neighbors have invited me over to have pizza that they made from scratch, cookies that they made from scratch. They've offered to water my plants if I leave, like offered to watch my dogs. I've never had this before. Like, this is like stuff you see in a movie. So sorry, like, I like it here. Like, white people can be cool. Sue me. I'm sorry. And the thing is, get this, I lived in what was supposed to be a nice middle-class Black neighborhood, but I still witnessed children just littering in your yard, Black and Milds in your yard, liquor bottles on the street, people dumping their furniture because they got kicked out because they didn't pay rent on time. They're dumping their sofas in the woods near your house. People busting in your car windows at night. I witnessed an elementary school child get off the school bus and pee in our yard. Like, this is supposed to be a middle-class Black neighborhood. I can't imagine what it is like in a Section 8, like hood neighborhood. Like, sue me, I don't want to live like that. When I lived in DC for school, like, it was the hood. You can't go down the street without smelling piss and cigarettes. You can't walk down the street without some man trying to get in your pants. You can't leave your bike. You could chain up your bike. They will steal everything but the frame. No, who wants to live like this just so you can say, I never abandoned the hood? I don't care. That's not my job to save them. They don't want to be saved.
Okay, some of that would have been somewhat semi-believable until the part where she started talking about a man trying to get. She can't walk down the street without a man trying to get in her pants. I think I have to call cap on everything you said, ma'am. You're just a self-hating. And you know, it's funny because coons like this often, they're like, this is a, I almost wonder if this isn't a coon uniform. Because why do all of these, especially the weirdo, emo black chicks, why do they always end up looking like that? Like, this, oh man, the men and they're all up in here. First off, man, you hang around white people and you obviously don't shower every day. You've taken on customs and practices that we don't do. You walking around here like you never knew how to comb your hair. And you're talking shit about black folks. And on top of that, then you lie and say, I was in a middle-class neighborhood, but people were getting kicked out and evicted because they couldn't pay the rent. So then there was furniture in the street and it was just being left out. Well, then either you were in a nice to-do neighborhood or you were not. Let's see how these people do. Oh, man, you know, I'm going to find a way to shit on black folks because I really don't like myself. And then talking about proximity to whiteness. No, your self-hating blackness is the problem. Because you're going to get next to anything that's not black. Because notice how she didn't have anything positive to say about anything black, and then look at how she presents herself. She doesn't believe anything black is worth. This type of person here is dangerous because she doesn't value her own life. So let me just be brutally honest for the family members of this particular one here. Don't call us. She loves being in close proximity, right? Not us. We ain't the safety one, so don't come around us talking about, well, my family member was the only black woman out there. Yeah, she wanted to be. Yep, she sure wanted to be. Oh, well. No sympathy from me because you don't want to be around your own. Cool. Yeah. However that happened to you, that's all right. Hey, man, you know, don't wish anything negative to happen to you. But, hey, man, you're on your own, baby. Them people must have you back, and so let them have you back. That is a humongous away game. Because you know what I get. Yeah, see, yeah. Being around black culture is an annoying idea. Yeah, okay. Yeah. However it happened, don't come call it. Family members, if that's your cousin, so, man, we can all fuck that. We can't. No. At the end of the day, all we can tell you about how we shit. Yeah. You remember that one woman came up deleted, going on a slumber party with all these women. Yeah. All right. Take your trip to the woods and the river because they treated me so nice. This and that. And they got, yeah, okay, get you a ring cam and see if that's really true. I bet you won't make that a video neither, though. Because if she find out that the same neighbors is talking nice to her and shit was actually doing funky shit to her behind her back, then she'd be like, oh yeah, but because she knows so much about them folks. Remember, I'm from the University of White Supremacy, baby. I'm in Portland, Oregon, so I know real. So yeah, they your friend today, but this is the thing about Satan. They make friends with their marks. You think everybody that was found in the woods or found here and found there was lured there by somebody that they weren't liking? All right. Yeah. Do not call the grassroots. My man, she went off with them folks. She shouldn't have been there. I mean, on the real, man, you zero sympathy for me, man. None. Let's see. What do I need to go? Oh. Yeah, we're going to hit this. So, yeah, no sympathy. I ain't got it. And, when people come out there and start talking like that and start talking against our culture, that is a cold level of self-hate. And I'm good on that. Somebody about to come up missing. Key Prince, like I said, and she's like, oh yeah, they said they'll do all of this for me. Right. Good Lord. Shabazz says she probably is a hardcore anti-black misandrist too. You could have omitted the probably. Shit. Oh, she can't stand us. Oh, I can just look at that. Oh, she can't stand. I think that was the little I can't walk down the street without a man trying to get in my pants. Ma'am, I'm a married man. My wife tells me full well the type of hygiene that comes from a woman looking like you. I showered this week. Oh man, soap is just like, it's not good for you. Using soap is just so bad for you. You want to just like towel off. That's the company she in. I don't trust anybody that washes their hands after they use the bathroom. No, man. Like, wash your hands every time you use the bathroom? No, yuck. Why would you do that? Yeah, I know the type of company she's keeping. All right, good. They trying to get in my pants. Not if they smart. Your nose will fall off, fella. pH balance in the basement. Nothing but soda in her system. That woman don't drink no water. I mean, I'll leave her alone. We almost out of here, family. Real quick before we wrap up. Family, it's bad in Democrat land. It is very bad in Democrat land. It is, again, we mentioned earlier, Kamala's out, and I'm perceiving that Jasmine Crockett might be on her way out because she's out here flaming out over the redistricting. That, which is funny, is she's kind of ignoring why she's getting the pushback she is. It seems to me that and this is one thing with the Democrats, they used all these black women as crash test dummies. The squad were all buffers for AOC. And now that the wave of the black woman is done, this shit that's going on in Texas with the redistricting is hilarious. So first off, y'all might not know, but Jasmine Crockett's in the race of her life, and it's not looking good for her. And now they're talking about redistricting, and she's upset. You know, and I don't know, maybe rightfully so, or maybe not. But you know, at the end of the day, people are tired being second choice or second class when they were the first to get you in your seat. No illegal immigrant voted you in. But these citizens sure enough look like they will vote your black ass right on out.
State of Texas, as a black American, Afghanistan veteran, a retired department head of the U.S. Department of Justice, I strongly support the Republican redistricting. I do not want, nor does the great state of Texas or this magnificent nation deserve to continue.
Gentlemen will yield. The gentleman will be accorded the same respect that everyone testifying receives. We will come to order. Everyone, regardless of your...
Why hear Jasmine Crockett's voice in there? It almost sounded like I heard Jasmine Crockett. Like she's one of the voices yelling. Because this does definitely affect her, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was here.
Belief, political persuasion, or age, or whoever you are an American and you're entitled to be heard, and you will be heard in this committee. The audience will come to order. The gentleman is recognized to continue his testimony.
I do not want the great state of Texas or this magnificent nation deserve to continue seeing systemic gang and street violence, a plummeting educational system, communities deteriorating, men and women's sports, etc. While Democrats sit quietly and fall to condemn or acknowledge the systemic moral decay, screaming systemic racism for anything that does not fit the narrative. These acts of evil must stop. We need Republican leadership for such a time as this. Republicans have a larger story. Echoing the words of the American icon, Mr. Frederick Douglass, you will not be judged by the heights you have risen, but from the depths you have climbed. I am a Republican, a black dyed-in-the-wool Republican, and I never intend to belong to any other party but the party of freedom and progress, Frederick Douglass. We need and must have increased Republican leadership in the great state of Texas to remain great. As president of the Frederick Douglass Republicans of Tarrant County, I stand behind this statement. Simplified.
Thank you for your testimony.
Any questions for
They're upset, ain't they?
me?
Members, any questions for this witness?
And Mr. Chairman.
Yield. Hey,
please stop doing
this is America.
And that black man got every right to say what he needs to say as a black man, because the black man did saying he. Let's hear who Jasmine, who this is why they're there at that meeting, the redistricting, because they need, and that's how they're trying to get Republicans. They trying to get her up out the paint, family. Check in, but listen why though. Listen to this woman.
It is a true honor to serve with this champion for healthcare, to serve with this champion for all people, even those that are undocumented but are truly making this country great.
How the hell are you illegal making the country great? How does that make sense? And that's why you're losing, Jasmine. Instead of talking to your black citizens who actually can vote, you're out here talking and campaigning for illegals who cannot vote. And you expect to stay in Washington doing that? I think this is it. They're going to get the screaming siren of Texas about the pain. What the hell is wrong with her? Hey, Jasmine, you represent Texan citizens, not illegals. But all you're talking about illegals, I guess, the truth of the matter that she ain't from Texas. You know, but she doesn't even have a pulse on the Texan. Like my wife from Texas. There's everything Jasmine is doing is like anti-Texan. It's literally anti-Texan. So for people who are not from Texas, like, and Rosemary don't. For the, like, I'm talking, you know, you guys see, then you all know why they're not rocking with Jasmine. And she don't give a shit about black folks. All she is another black face in the Congressional Black Caucus. It does not give a shit about black America. And she wants to get up in there and start furthering the agenda. I hope she understands right now. Like, see, usually in the midterms, usually we end up seeing a flip. I'm not so certain that there's going to be a flip in these Senate and House races. I don't think so. Not this year. I don't think they can pull it off in 2026. I don't think so. But I mean, you know, the best is yet to come, so we'll see. But I believe disaster is heading double down on the Democrats. Because why? But see, also, the Republicans are also having an issue. All-time low ratings for both parties, meaning the independent black voice, which is all of you and me included. Clearly, we run the yard because now you are hearing people mention, ouch. Shout out to NF Army that made the Couch 2024 flyer, and let's keep it a buck. Foundational Black Americans, it's just grassroots right here. New Black Media, baby. And that's the largest voting bloc. Somebody needs to offer tangible. See, you want tangibles? Yeah, all you FBA, all you dumbasses. Sheesh. Now he's right out of gas too. Now wait. Now. Before we get out of here, there has been a change of heart.
To tell you, leave Black American alone. Who this? start to identify themselves as FBA. Please, I'm begging you in the name of God. Everybody on this planet have the right to decide as to who and how they want to identify themselves. If some Americans identify themselves as African American, fine. If others identify themselves as Native, fine. If others say they are white, fine. Can we just, honestly, for me, the only reason why I got involved, it was because when I saw that video that said boycott all African businesses and take on them if you see them in your midst. That was the only two reasons I ever got involved in this discussion. And I was angry because if you say take on them if you see them in your midst, that means beat on the person, attack the person.
I
Disrespectfully,
take them on.
let me say this to you. Fuck you. You know, there are two types of people in this world that you cannot trust. One is a liar, the other is a thief. And right now, you, my dear, you're lying. I never said anything about violence. I never said that bullshit you said at the end because you're trying to cover your tracks. First of all, who the fuck says that? Okay? Like, seriously. So to say I took down a video because I said that and then reposted it, that is pure bullshit and still gaslighting and fucking narcissism. Let's make this clear. If I said that in the video, it would still be up there because I'm not a pop shit apologize type person. Okay? So let's make that clear.
America.
It's really fucking sad that in your bullshit attempt to give an apology, you have to lie because you don't want to take accountability for the shit that's in your fucking heart. Okay? Point blank, period. And until then, nothing's going to be resolved because you're not taking accountability. You said what the fuck you said. You meant what you said. You felt how you felt. Period. It had nothing to do with the fact that I said take on you and your miss because, bitch, that's a lie. It's a whole fucking lie. See, the problem is you were playing checkers. We were playing chess over here. You thought you were being fucking cute and funny while you were talking about causing people physical, medical harm. And you didn't realize that we know how to play the game here in this country because it's our country that we helped build and that we know how to beat you with the pen. See, the pen is always mightier than the sword. See, you thought you had a sword that you was swinging around and it was cute. And we got that pen out on you and started writing, okay? Remember that. So let me tell you what you can do with this fake ass apology, okay? Or attempt at one or whatever the fuck you call it. Because honestly, you weren't even talking to us. You were talking to your own people and just telling them to leave us alone, which would be fucking great, actually. But let me tell you what to do with this fake ass, bullshit ass, disingenuous ass apology.
You can take that fake apology and shove it right up your hairy.
Anywho, like, follow, share for more. Bye, y'all.
And thank you, my good sister. Well, see, faking funk is not what you do. And I'm glad that she said something about a lie. Because there's else that, you know, I'm going to tie into, because these people kind of more, and I need to turn the sound up.
If you gang bang, I be outside.
Knock that off. All of a sudden, you see, they're on it, right? So all of a sudden now I want to just play. Ooh, I'm gonna play no problem. Everything else be freezing and chilling. Yeah, keep it. So anyway, I wanted to play this video real quick because talking about liars. And for those of you who are subscribed to my other channel, like you should, Zilla Perspectives, you guys might know I posted a quick little day out vlog. Me and the wife went downtown and rolled up to the casino. But a thing that I did not mention in that video was that it was Pride weekend here in Portland. It's probably the gayest city on the West Coast. We beat San Francisco and Seattle. It's down. It's definitely. Even Antoine Daniels came out here. It's like, Portland is the gayest place in America. Oh, yeah. So these three people, as you've seen, you see, and if for those of you who watch that vlog, I'm sipping on some coffee, right? I'm sipping on a cappuccino. And I'm facing my wife. These people, I don't know where the hell they came from, but they walk past, and I all of a sudden feel something on my leg. And I'm like, I'm looking at this down. I'm like, where the hell does this dog come from? And why is this dog? Like, my back is to this person, and their dog is like sniff with their nose on my leg, right? So I'm feeling, of course, this wet dog nose on my leg. And what the hell? And because there's a gang of space here. Why am I being touched by your dog? And they didn't say anything. I'm still like, what the fuck? I'd have slapped the shit out you. All of a sudden, then this person looks at me in my face and says, oh, well, it's not like the dog did it on purpose. Oh, you are a woman. Oh, you wanted me to know that you was a woman. You just tried that man shit just a minute ago. But now you instantaneously, you wanted to feminizing up that shit real quick. Because let me just tell you the truth. Like, that's me. Just because and again, she looked like a dude. And you not finna say, no, I'll slap the shit out you. No. She had to be a woman real quick. Okay, I'm done with that. You have no right to my personal space. But what I'm saying that story about this video, because family, this is a white woman thing. And they love doing it to black men because it's like, ooh, I'm punking a black man. Their anti-black misandry kicks in. And so it's like, ooh, here's a free one to go bother somebody. So I set that up for you guys to see what happens here in this particular video. Like I said, I was from behind. She came from behind. And the dog, which is on a leash, is for some reason not being choked up away from me to not interfere with my space. But no, all the slack on the leash just so the dog could get next to me. That's my story just from the other day. Let's take a look at this video and see how this happens. Now he's dancing, doing his thing, getting this video. This woman, she has her dog, and it purposely. Oh yeah. Now the dog actually nips at his shirt. Play it again. See, she sees what's happening. He doing this little video. This dog went. No, the owner waited for the time, not the dog. Yeah. Because see, look, that dog is already pulling away. So she's trying to turn her head like she don't feel that dog pulling away. You got to know how these, I'm just going to give you a little teaching lesson here. Oh, there's the robot. Hold on. Really? Come on, man. Really? Y'all hear how they got me sounding right now? Sound like a little kid. It's all sped up. Okay, there we are. There's the manly sound again. Yes, that's what I sound like. Thanks, StreamYard. All right, so yeah, that whole type, this type of behavior, I see this all the time, and you got that dog. She know what that dog finna do. That's her dog. Let me turn my head real quick. No. Oh no, wait. No, but she knew what the dog was doing beforehand. There it is. Yeah, you felt that dog. And I bet you, oh, so sorry. Oh, sorry. She's not, because it was on purpose to begin with. So going back to the little funny-haired, weird-looking, self-hating black broad, this is what she doesn't understand about her so-called friends that will say, oh, I'll come in your house and water your stuff and do this. What's wrong with you? Anyway, however it happens to, like I said, for her family, do not call us. She went out the way she loved with white folks. Don't come call me. She was the only black one out there. Oh, we fuck with the sound. Ain't we? Well, we about done. So we finna get up out here. But before we do, something I came across which I found extremely freaking hilarious. Old school brother got stopped in, I guess, whatever looks like Walmart or whatever, and got this little TikToker asking him a question, and Unc stood on business, which I was glad.
Black History Month or me?
Black History Month.
Why Black History Month?
Because I believe in my blackness. Everything now is superficial.
Okay. Yeah, me ate me up.
See how that tether just got worked? I'm going to play that one more time just for, of the Pan-Africanists and all the tethers don't understand. See, this Black American culture is more than a fly-by-night chance and a romp with a big BBS.
Black History Month or me?
Black History Month.
Why Black History Month?
Because I believe in my blackness. Everything now is superficial.
Okay. Yeah, me ate me up.
He most certainly did eat you up. Yes, indeed he did. Because he can count on his blackness. See, that is one thing. When you're a foundational Black American, there is just certain things that we inherently have within us that it just comes with the bloodline, period. And so, like I said in the beginning, I've been thinking about always carrying our historical reference on why we are pushing for reparations. And so when people are coming at you, well, it was not this and it's not, that's not how reparations works. And shout out again to that brother Reza Islam, who went on the Devil program and quickly checked him from trying to throw his little divisive rhetoric. Yeah, Adam 21, yeah, that guy. Because that was a little slick thing that he tried to do with Reza, try to pitch something so Reza could say something slick about Tariq. And Tariq done been up there with that no jumper. I really wish that our brothers would stop fucking with them people altogether. Them, the Vlads, them people ain't shit for us. So I really wish that would stop. I mean, maybe a bit, but realistically, that's cut them suckers off all the way, man. And it has to be led by example. So I would hope that is something that, like, because that shit he just tried to pull with Reza, that was sucker shit. And then Reza stood on business and was like, this is why we owe reparations. And Adam couldn't say shit because he's a sucker. So yeah, just be on notice that No Jumper is No Reparations podcast. So, you know, them guys. And screw all these tethers too, and Pan-Africanism is dead. And my final word to y'all is Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall. And let us rise. And you did. There might be some like morons like Kwame here, and a lot of these other Pan-Africanist douchebags that never show their face but always pocket watching another man. You know, all of these Pan-African incels. Oh, one last thing. Pan-African incel. The Prince of Pan-Africans. Prince of Pan-Africans. I mean, but this is, and again, this is kind of on a different subject. But I just needed to touch this real quick before we left. So my take on Dr. Umar's bank situation. It's a bank. It's bullshit. You have been eyed for fraud. If you can't go into your branch and get money out of your account proving it's you. That's what he said. That ain't how banking works, baby. And there has been an update in his situation. As you know, he was blaming the queen when she was, you know, he was helping her out. She was the queen. She was queen. Oh, the black queen and the black queen. And then, you know, things went awry and she turned into the Medea. That black queen talk that he does. Just quickly fell out of good graces and he started name calling this sister. How about that? Uh-oh, we got a super chat to do. So before I play that, give it. Shararia, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on you and yours. Thank you so much. And I see my good brother off up in here, Grand Crew, Crew Reality, FBA, Grand Niggas. What's going on, my good brother? Always good to see you. So back to what I was saying, folks, about this Dr. Umar thing.
Where is me?
Check this out.
Your Instagram. You swear it's me that stole your rental car keys. You swear it's me that stole your tea container. Y'all, he got a tea container the size of my fridge. Nothing but tea. And I just got rid of it. He swears I'm the one that stole his sink stoppers. This is funny, but I'm not lying. This is how drug addicts and maniacs that go manic act. I'm the reason for everything. Now I done took off with FDMG's banking statements. I probably stole the blueprints to FDMG too late. This motherfucker tell it. I'm not a health aide. He knew that. He knows where I work. I have to be sworn in where I work. I've touched $1 billion worth of accounts. Why the fuck would I fuck with FDMG paperwork? But you've been caught with an FBI file, so are you an informant? We shall see.
Who remembers when I told y'all he quit? remembers that. I told y'all, I believe he's quit. I believe he's out of the black empowerment for real game. I think he's just in the survival lane. For whatever reason, whatever's going on with him. And on this broadcast, I further elaborated that kind of rubbing me like I am that narcotic. And then what she said just now about being manic and the accusatory, oh, you stole this, you stole it. Oh, what? Hey, where my stoppers at? So if you remember that last live, I was like, damn, I look like somebody stole on it. He got his face all wrapped up. Like, did the plug take the money? It's like, yeah, you better, I'm going to hold this until you go get mine. And now we hear this story. It's like, and then also there's the element of, why does he have an FBA file? Why does the Prince of Pan-Africanism have an FBA or FBI file? Why does the Prince of Pan-Africanism have an FBI file? Oh man, but Tariq Nasheed, PSYOP, and the Black Americans, and they're all with the government. And it's going to a pro. Meanwhile, the Prince of Pan-Africanism is sitting there with FBI files in his house. The one talking against reparations, Prince of Pan-Africanism, is the one sitting up there with FBI files in his house. Informer. Pan-Africanist, the Prince of Pan-Africanist. So you mean to tell me from one group of Pan-Africans to this Pan-African and then some suspected older Pan-Africans, all of these people somehow have some tie to the feds? Say it ain't so. If you still believe in Pan-Africanism, I speak for myself, beatzillapdx, the independent black voice. Those of you in the chat, the black grassroots, and the voices of new black media. I am definitely certain I speak for all parties involved when we proud dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. Get yourself together and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, Kwame, hey, brother, Chewbacca, whatever the hell your name is. Y'all see your boy, right? That Pan-Africanism has infiltrated players. What y'all gonna do now? Man, it's lonely for an incel, ain't it? The Prince of Pan-Africanism got fired. What? Why he got FBI files? It never dawned on anybody to say, how is this guy taking all this money for these donations for a school? You know he ain't opening, but no government then came asking where the money. Anyway, all I'm gonna tell y'all is, if y'all got somebody here that don't belong here, and they're coming over here telling you, we're going to go to war. We're going to go to war with FBA. We war with FBA. Oh, I got fired. Oh, please leave FBA alone. No, I don't. Oh, yes, no, please leave them alone for God's sake. because FBA's had to flex and let your punk asses know that if you come here disrespecting us and our lineage, your next vacation might be by way of deportation. Hashtag fire up the chat.
Happy birthday, we're celebrating you today. Like Dr. King holiday, we ain't gonna do any work today. Happy birthday today, it's your beautiful day. And we gonna party all day, like it's a freaking holiday.
Yes, indeed. And that explains it. The feds don't want foundational Black Americans to have reparations. So that's why Umar is saying that he ain't down for reparations either. That all works out and checks out, doesn't it? Damn. Pan-Africanism is a huge fraud and a scam. And it's the feds. Hey, Kwame and Shabaka. Family, always remember why they hate us.
It's a cultural divide. I'm going to get it on the floor.
You really about to do it?
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
Hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Yes, indeed. Family, y'all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket by way of donation, you can do so at CashApp. At CashApp, $beatzillapdx. And we also have PayPal, which is Zilla Music. That is ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And that being said, y'all, there might possibly be a live this weekend, might not, but keep your notifications on. Wanted to make sure we went live tonight. So, there go. But keep them notifications on, family. Thank everybody for tuning in. If you have not already came over here and subscribed to this channel, make sure you come over here and do it. That is beatzillapdx. I'm sorry. No, this is the independent. You actually might be able to find it, though. If you put in beatzillapdx official, it'll still come up to this channel, but also it'll come up under the independent Black voice. So you can actually find this channel by both ways. Also, remember, subscribe to Zilla Perspectives. That's the second channel that has different kind of content on it. So make sure you go tune in there as well. Again, thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it so much. No, Trump didn't give them reparations. Trump was talking about it. He didn't give them anything. Get your information straight. And again, here's another thing about you spineless cowards. You keep talking about somebody giving somebody something. Reparations is a owed debt. The demand for reparations and it coming here is not because somebody gave us something. We're not begging. It's a demand, and it will be paid. That's why that they got to start rearranging some money here, because we're not going away. And in the political arena, both parties are hurting. You know what that means? That means that Black America political cash has risen. So sit up here and keep spinning your wheels talking about Trump all you want to. We're focused on us while you're focused on him. Don't know what else to tell you, buddy. Other than Pan-Africanism is dead. Family, y'all stay Black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, Black first, Black first. Shalom, y'all. Have a blessed rest of the week. Peace. Oh, and Pan-Africanists and terrorists. One more time, we are giving it for a child Marshall, y'all. We're gonna take it one more time. If you didn't know it, it's time to get doo-doo-dum. Dookie, that's where we come from. We got the sounds, we know they're like, it's time to get on.